I got a notification.
No. Off phone. Phones are off.
Phones are off.
I am writing it down so I can put the phone away.
Sounds good.
We'll need the phone to look at the comments at some point.
Okay.
That's true.
Jonathan, you hold on to my phone for it.
Yeah. I don't know if Robert, should I wait till Robert tunes in or should I show? I'll show that later.
We'll show this later, yeah. You did a really good job with this.
Thank you.
So
what was it we were going to talk about?
So the Ruby season 5 trailers have begun.
Oh, that's exciting.
Well, no, they just did
Well,
one
that's not our
because
topic for
they
the
felt like
video.
Yeah.
But
We're gonna open with that.
Joe, you
Open
need to
it.
get new thumbnails, Joe. It's part of it.
I forgot again.
until we have more viewers online, we're going to have like a side topic before we move into our main.
Yeah, before
You're the only one that hasn't seen it.
Ooh, 3 people are watching.
See what?
Three people are watching.
I haven't seen
Look
it
in the
yet.
comments section.
So what it is
Oh,
it's basically a
Inspector
flashback
Aaron
of White
and-
String.
They're not going to hear if they're talking.
That's true.
Who is Annalise is watching. Hi!
I don't
You
know
don't
you, but
even
hi.
know who I am, so hi.
This is my kid brother John.
Nice.
What? It's not inaccurate.
Yeah, I know. I want
Ross Robinson.
I want to know
Meat Maker's here.
Yay! Are we considered narcissists that we watch ourselves? That is the
I
question.
have to watch myself.
Okay, guys. Ruby season 5 trailer. What do you guys think about it?
I think that it's really good. I thought the music was really pretty, so that shows that the next season's production of music is great. That I love it how Weiss's music is always orchestral. I also think it's cool how Weiss is training with Summer. Really, you didn't notice
Not
that?
summer, winter.
Winter.
Wrong season. Wasn't season 5 what Montaigne had written up to with Jeff Williams?
Yeah.
Yes.
So after that, it's just going to be Rooster Teeth kind of guessworking.
Also, for those of you that have listened to Bumblebee and were scared out of their minds that they're like, what? That was written as a joke by Jeff Williams.
Wait,
So,
what's Bumblebee?
yay.
Which one's Bumblebee?
Joe, do you know what the Bumblebee fanfiction is?
Yellow and black.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was written as a joke
Okay.
by Jeff Williams. So it's still
Jeff
Sun
Williams.
and Flake.
So,
He wrote that as a joke?
Yeah.
Oh.
He thought it'd be funny.
Do we have a schedule?
Love it, by the way.
we have our schedule
We have
kind
our
of.
schedule.
How many people
Read
watching?
my handwriting.
Let me see this. I don't have my glasses.
Johnny
so
boy.
it's-
How many people are watching?
Favorite
Don't put sideways
moment,
because it'll
We've
freak
got
out.
to introduce our
I have
topic
no idea how many people are watching.
to begin with.
Yeah.
Do
I'm
you
not
guys
Do you
gonna
guys,
go back over there.
what's our viewership at right now?
Gamer Inspector, you're leaving us already. Why are you doing that?
Welcome and goodbye.
Should we introduce our topic?
Oh, Last Robin decided to make a thumbnail apparently. So.
Oh, sweet.
Yay!
If you want to go ahead and edit that in, you can.
Well, yeah, but you know I don't have the computer on me. I'll look through it. We'll change it at some point through the stream.
What was I going to say? And as usual, send any memes or what have you to #SnapACouch, and we'll get to those later on.
Yeah, exactly. Hashtag snap a couch.
No, well, they have to
At
tweet
the
you
red-
because
at
otherwise
Red
I
Hashtag
won't
snap a
get-
couch.
Yeah, as long as you
I
put
won't get.
Becca, if you just look up hashtag snap a couch on Twitter, we are the
I
only
know, but I
hashtag.
don't want to search on my phone. I want to get an update that says I actually got something.
So they
otherwise
need to
I'm
do it
not
at Red Swordsman?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do not touch the computer.
I now follow Last
Robin.
Robin. It's great.
Okay, then let's find something to prop it up with.
So yeah,
I have a book.
We're having a pretty good day here. You know, new setup. You know,
Yeah, I finally moved out on my own, and I'm loving it.
wrong. We moved the basement.
Why'd you have to tell him that?
Yeah, we moved the basement, and you know, we also moved our upstairs and our everything. Yeah, it's interesting setup now.
Okay.
Reason we didn't do this podcast last week was because this is my last night with my family, so I just wanted to kind of have a dinner with them, and that went over pretty well. Now I moved in here, and I love it.
He was just being lazy. He's lying to you all. Or am I lying to you all?
Oh my goodness.
And
See,
that's
Will-
just a theory.
I was in Denver
A Last
at the
Robin
Jack Johnson
theory.
concert. It was really fun.
Oh yeah,
That's what I
that's
was doing on Friday.
and you really wanted to do this podcast too.
Okay,
I'm
so are we gonna get to the
we
topic?
gotta introduce our topic, Jim.
Okay, so this week's topic, as you can probably tell by the props that we have up once Max moves out of the way, is Death Note, which is being made into a movie here soon, but I'm pretty sure everyone here does and will always like the anime/manga much better than the movie.
I don't
Although
know.
I'm holding judgment until I've seen.
Like, I have such low expectations. But it could be like Star Wars Episode 7. I had such low expectations for it. I personally didn't even care. But when it came out, it exceeded them by miles.
See, and I can't relate at all.
So
I didn't like
I was
it.
so excited.
You didn't
I
like
didn't
Episode
it
7?
whatsoever.
You didn't like
Okay,
episode 7?
what?
No.
Okay, we're not talking about episode 7. We can beat him up over that
We're
later.
gonna talk Death Note.
I agree with
Talk
Last
Death
Robin. Your memes are more important than my family. I would gladly kill every single last one of them for more of your memes. That includes Becca.
Wow, you're one sadistic man. I love
No. I would like to
Get
think
over
myself
it, Will.
as a
What does
sociopath.
Will
it.
say?
I have to cut in front of the camera really quickly
He
because
still
I
needs
can't
to
get
watch
back around.
Moana, you guys.
So my bad about this.
Oh, I do a
My
John
God.
Explode. I didn't prepare for that.
I can go get
We even have a bowl for that.
We have a
We
bowl.
do?
We do.
We
Should
do
we
have
do
a-
Moana? Moana?
Moana.
We did promise
Oh
to
yeah,
do that.
because we're just gonna do like we did. Remember how we did Legend of Korra a couple weeks ago?
No.
That's what he's gonna do to Moana.
That was
Uh,
really strange,
And really great.
but I have an idea formulating already for Moana.
Do you guys need me to set up for that so we're ready later?
Also, remember to vote who you want to dunk for John Explains.
Yes.
That means you, Annalise. I want you to vote because you're new
Who's
here.
gonna be, basically
Yeah.
Who gets to hold
Who
their
gets-
breath in a
yeah.
bowl of water?
Just
Well,
stop
John
gets
picking,
drowned.
guys. Stop picking me. I'm not good at it.
Yeah,
we
he sucks
want
at
a
it.
long.
That's
we
so
want
funny,
him to
though.
give a longer.
You know what? This week
explanation.
I am off the market.
No,
Can't
No,
vote
no,
for
you're still off
this.
the market.
nope. Supply and
No,
demand.
he just can't hold his breath for very long. I can't either. But I mean,
Don't hold your breath.
Hey guys, we should probably keep our voice down. I just realized because
No, these walls are like super insulated. That's awesome. Like I don't hear anything unless it's like out in the hallway.
Okay.
All right. So first on the list. Is favorite moments.
like favorite. It's either your favorite moment or a moment that you thought was really pivotal in the anime / manga if you read it.
Okay.
don't
I
think
thought
we
when
did
Max,
the
you're the
manga.
most experienced in both areas,
Wait.
so you
Can
go
I
first.
just give one joke real quick? I thought when Kazuma almost got run over by a tractor, trying to save a girl, and then he just dies anyway. Okay, to you, Max.
No, oh, no.
Nope, just let it go.
Is that it?
Okay, I get. So it's like, what was it again? Most important moment?
Like either
favorite,
your
most important.
favorite, something that you thought was
Something-
really
oh,
yeah.
interesting.
Probably my favorite moment in the manga and in the anime, which I found kind of interesting. They brought it falling back in the hope that.
But by the
they
way,
would
there's
live
spoilers,
action.
you guys.
Obviously.
I won't
didn't
be
say
spoiling
that. There's
anything
gonna be
here.
tons of spoilers, but
But,
I'm gonna give spoilers. So
Yeah.
We have 2 votes in for the John Explains, by the way.
yeah.
Quickest response. Good job, guys.
What's the vote so
Who are the
far?
votes for?
Don't worry about it. We'll
Okay.
get there when we get there.
But
Okay.
anyway, but hopefully bring this movie based off of the new trailer. They actually are, which is the Shinigami love apples.
Yeah.
I love that so much, and definitely the second opening definitely brought that in more. And the entire anime and through the entire show, like the entire manga as well. And one thing I'm really happy they brought in the anime, which I read in the manga, was how he has withdrawals from
With
not
the
eating
apples.
apples. How he gets,
Yes.
he like does like handstands and stuff, and that actually was
he
in the
does
manga.
like this and like his head
Yeah,
turns
he gets
upside
twisted,
down.
and he gets
Yeah.
And, like, he, like-
handstands, and that
The
actually does
handstands,
happen,
that's like my favorite part.
and that does
Oh
happen
my
in
gosh,
there.
handstands.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Light's eating his potato chips
And
because
like,
that's important.
and also that scene was also in the book, but it
So
wasn't
delete-
as
delete?
intense. As that
no, not
in the book.
delete. He's like, I'll take a potato
I'm gonna take
chip
a potato
and
chip
eat it.
and eat it. It's all intense.
I was like,
and
how do
dramatic.
you make potato chips dramatic?
And they did. It was hysterical. But probably my second favorite part, which is honestly one of the funniest things in the book, is just according as planned or whatever, right in the helicopter.
In the helicopter when he picks up the death note.
All according
Yeah.
to
Hey,
plan.
you stole mine!
I think it's for different reasons. Let's hear him out.
How could you not
Again,
know
you're
that?
gonna have a lot of different reasons than mine. Mine is just because in the manga, it literally is exactly the same. Literally exactly the same. And that just made
But
me
with better
so
music.
happy. And also just Reddick in general, every single line in it was just genius.
I
Anyway,
love that. Just real quick, I love that scene because his Team 4-Star did a Light Yagami versus Cell for #Cell Games, and I love how when Light is walking up with Ryu, Cell's like, "Good Lord, what am I listening to, and where can I find it on Amazon?" I'm like, that was my exact thoughts. I'm like, I want that soundtrack. The soundtrack is
oh yeah,
amazing.
yeah, soundtrack is amazing.
Who composed it?
And
Joe Clone's here.
Woo! I know it's the same person who is the same person that just does almost everything now for Madhouse.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
The person who composed those stuff for no, it doesn't do it
No.
anymore. But
No.
originally did it for Madhouse, and then they moved to Studio Dean. I'm pretty positive.
Do you think you can find that out?
I don't remember,
I
but
will.
I'll research that again.
For Death Note?
Well, it's in general.
No,
but,
it's different people, buddy.
but now it's different people. But it was
I will.
originally that was the original composer. Because Madhouse was a small company at the time, at least that what I know of. Because Death Note was, that's the earliest one I could find from Madhouse.
Okay.
Was Death Note.
That,
Surprisingly enough.
they couldn't really have picked a better one to start
And
with,
they
quite
honestly could, they could not be any better. But the entire series name is amazing.
Yeah.
After the 25th episode,
Okay,
it goes downhill.
according to Google, the Death Note original soundtrack for the anime adaptation was first released in Japan on December 21st, 2006, and was published by VAP. It contains music from the series composed by Yoshihisa Hirano and Hideki
Taniguchi.
Okay, those are both actually, like, those names sound
with the
familiar.
first opening
Oh,
and
yeah,
ending
the,
themes sung
the
by
writer's
Japanese
really,
band Nightmare
really
and the
amazing.
TV
I
size
don't remember what he made,
format.
but I know I've heard his name before in a lot of others.
John, do you know the band Nightmare?
No.
No.
No, they
I
made
know.
the I think the
They did the
openings.
openings for,
Yeah.
for Death Note.
Both of them?
Both of them, same band.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Alright, John,
Anyway, you're up.
favorite, most significant moment?
Okay, so last Robin brought up one of my favorite moments. Is where he manipulates the fiancée. Where you're like, wait, Light actually knows his stuff. Like, he actually knows what he's doing. He's a sociopath. He's like, I don't care about people and feelings. I just need gain. You know, he doesn't care if he hurts people, but he also doesn't want to hurt people. He's like, well, I couldn't get it out of her physically, you
He's
know.
calculated.
He's very logically
yeah.
thinking, which is something we will discuss later tonight. But my all-time favorite moment is where Light's dad breaks them out of jail and drives them under the bridge, and then he just turns to Misa and he's like, I have no quarrel with you, you can go. But from one murder to another, Light, I'll see you in hell. And then
I
it's
actually,
like,
full disclosure, I actually thought he was going to shoot him.
if the show had ended there, that would have actually been a pretty cool ending.
Can I say
what?
anything about that scene?
No.
What's up?
Okay, one thing about the show itself, I forgot to mention this side, that with that just brought it up. The show is so loyal to the source material.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
that just reminded me of it. That also is in the manga.
Yeah.
I think that's in the
I think they cover.
third
Like, other than the last few,
Or fourth.
other than like the last few pages of the manga, I think they cover pretty much everything.
Oh yeah.
In the anime that happened in the manga.
Oh yeah.
Like
They just changed the
they
Misa's
changed the
ending.
pacing a little bit.
They changed Misa's ending, and they it kind
Yeah,
of dragged on when it
yeah.
comes to the show itself. But again, the manga, which I very regret saying that Death Note dragged, because there is so much dialogue. It takes forever to finish.
Well, they need the dialogue though, because like the
I
because
mean,
like
scenes that
we-
make
like,
zero
did-
sense.
because
Complicated.
everything
Even that is
everything-
like 20 pages.
How many pages is this?
Well, tell them what that is.
Well, this is the Death Note guide and
use
how
the
to
guide.
use it. It has every single rule about the Death Note, like both covered in the anime and like just for fun.
Yeah.
Let me see how many pages there are.
Becky,
There
check
are.
the hashtag Snap Couch.
Let's see. There are 66 pages.
Yeah, it's huge
It's-
for a
yeah.
little pamphlet. Huge isn't
Yeah.
really a word I really.
This is what happens when you're a nerd and you have too much money.
Too much money. I spent all my money on that.
Oh,
Yeah, I know,
I
exactly.
saved up for a while to get that.
Oh, my
Dude,
goodness.
I would have bought so many other things with that, but whatever.
No, it's-
I totally didn't buy Monster Musume after that. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think we have the thumbnail for tonight. Last Robin, very
Good
well
job.
done.
Nice.
Very
I like that.
well
I
done.
like that.
I will actually go and change it to that just real quick.
Yeah. That's
Just
He's faster than me. Joseph, what?
I'm saving
what's
I'm
your-
saving this.
What's your
Oh, yeah.
favorite moment?
Oh, yeah,
What's
John
my favorite
forgot your
I
moment?
was supposed to look that up. Gosh.
Supposed to look what up? Oh, I'm sorry. The image?
The
I'm sorry.
The hashtag.
Oh, the hashtag. I'm sorry. Okay.
Anyway, but
So, my favorite moments, like, okay, there's a couple of these, but as in accounting for a win for Light, is when Ren, the female Shinigami, when she realizes she's stuck. He cornered a god of death, and he
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, actually, there's a reason for that. So in this, it explains that God of Death, whether they are in the human world or in the Shinigami realm, they cannot kill a human with a death note unless it's the human they're following. So while Misa had her death note, Ren was not allowed to kill Light because he had Ryuk's death note.
He had both.
No, well, yeah, eventually he did have
Yeah.
both, but even when Misa lent it to him, Ren was not allowed to kill him, which is why she had to wait until Misa relinquished ownership of the death note to tell him, I will kill you if you do not rescue her. So,
Well, she
but,
relinquished.
but he was actually able to use that whole thing to his advantage.
He was just literally the smallest little things to his advantage.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
cutting out a piece of paper and putting it in his watch. Like,
Who thinks of that?
like, who buys a watch like that?
By the way, so I know we've got a live action Death Note coming up and stuff, but who do you think would have made who do you think looks closer to Light Yagami from the anime? Zac Efron or Justin Timberlake?
Zac Efron.
Zac Efron? Zac Efron. I thought Justin Timberlake was pretty close, but
They
yeah.
both would be pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sad who
I
they
hate
chose.
Zac Efron, but
I hate who they chose for it though.
We'll
get
talk
to
about
that.
in
We'll
here.
get to that.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
get
I'm
to
not
that
gonna
later.
talk about that now, but anyway, continue.
Yeah.
That's later.
So-
No, but and then so actually my actual all-time favorite moment is I was never Team Light. I hated Light. I wanted
yeah.
him to lose the
I
whole
don't know
time.
that
So
point
my
was.
favorite moment was when Matsuda just turns into a badass and just whips out a gun and shoots him. I was like, Matsuda of all people. I was like,
The one
what
that
just
loved Light.
I was like,
Awesome.
what just happened?
Well, he probably felt the most betrayed.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
Well, yeah,
because
he
he
looked up-
respected Light.
Well, he
Yeah.
respected
Looked up
Light,
to
and he had a very deep respect for Light's father.
Yeah, and he looked
like,
up to both.
Yeah, and he was like,
And he
like,
felt-
what did your dad die for?
Yeah, and he felt so, and that's literally what he says. Like, why did your father die? Was it just basically for your BS cause?
Yeah.
And he literally, Light doesn't give him a response. He literally just
He just
laughs.
laughs at him.
He laughs and he's like, well, I am a god of this new world. It doesn't matter who dies.
Unless I decree it.
And
basically.
if
Yep.
if I want to die, they'll die. And that's
Yep.
one thing. Also, one thing that made me interesting about that one, like what you just kind of brought this up as well, was the another scene that I kind of found interesting is that with the Shinigami eyes, you can see their lifespan.
Yep.
And the thing that kind of made Light's father's death even more depressing in my eyes,
Mm.
he died like what 3 days after he made the deal.
Yep.
Yeah, he was gonna live for 6 more days until he died. Because you give up half your lifespan for these.
No, you trade half of your natural lifespan left.
Half of the lifespan they have left in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah. Yeah, your natural lifespan. That doesn't mean that he was only going to live for 6 more days.
Everything, but that's weird. But
Although maybe you're
explain
right. Maybe his dad was going to die because his dad had a heart attack.
Yeah, he was gonna die anyway.
But his dad had previously had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Remember, they thought that it was Kira, but he survived. So like, oh, it wasn't Kira.
Tactical.
So maybe he was going to have a heart attack later that week or something. But
But yeah, it's just that
Did you
kind
change
of.
the-
Sorry, you brought that up. Anyway, sorry. I'm talking a lot. Continue.
oh yeah. But yeah, I was like, that was my favorite moment because I'm like, I've been waiting the entire, especially since Elle died. Which can we all agree, like after Elle died, like the show just kind of went flat.
Yeah.
It's like-
Malone didn't make up for it. He was not what a Malone.
No.
Yeah. Well, my favorite moment, we were kind of talking about this a little bit earlier, but we have that period when Light forgets about the Death Note, and you get to know him and what he's like without the Death Note, and he, you actually start to kind of like him, and it's like, oh my gosh, I like this character, he's so cool.
You're such a
And
nice
then
guy.
the moment,
Zac Efron.
And like Elle goes,
listen, gosh, the moment he touches, he puts his hand on the Death Note, and then all of those memories come flooding back.
I solemnly
And, like,
swear.
I don't know about you
Yeah.
guys, but my stomach just sank because I was like, oh. Because, like, we're not only, is that person gone that we just got to know, but he succeeded in his plan. And
It
it's
was
just
exactly
like,
his
oh,
plan.
shoot, stuff just got real. Like, oh.
That's when the show
oh.
full hit for me. Like, when exactly his plan. That is the scene
When he
that
says
hit me.
exactly his plan. Yeah, like what was it that I was gonna, like when Elle was going to hand him the Death Note, I was full on yelling at the TV. I was like, "Do not pick up that notebook!"
We're gonna have bops, and we don't have a bop filter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, like, so you guys wanted to compare the ends of the manga and the anime. I haven't read the manga.
Okay, so
It's
like,
really good.
yeah, so like, so on,
720.
so on the anime, Which I
While
think-
you guys discuss this part, I'm just gonna get a little area ready for John Explains.
sure.
We got like 10 minutes back.
I know, but I'm gonna do it while you guys talk, because I don't know about this topic.
But what was
Okay,
I
so
don't
the
even know if
topic
this
is let's
topic
compare
happened.
let's compare the ending of the manga to the ending of the anime.
Yeah.
Because the ending of the anime is pretty cut and dry. It's like Light thinks he's gonna get away, but Ryuk is like, well, they're gonna catch you now. It's been fun. We used each other's boredom, and bye. But you're more familiar with the manga. I remember reading like the biggest
Good
difference is
ending. I
that
love the ending
Ryuk
more
just
than-
kills him right in front of them.
Yes.
Like he doesn't even let him get away or anything. He's just like, okay, you're done. Bye.
Okay, so do you want to go over the differences?
Yeah.
Really quickly?
Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
So definitely the biggest difference that I saw was the ending with Misa, was her ending. And I actually didn't know this until I rewatched it the second time, which I didn't really pay attention to. We watched it a few days ago. But Misa, you don't know if she actually does it or not, but it just shows her in the edge of a building.
So yeah, in the anime it's implied that she.
And
Well,
so
like you
it's
see
implied that she jumps.
Well, like Ryuk is like standing behind her or something.
Yeah.
Or, like he's watching her, something like
And
that.
it's implied that she jumps. But in the manga, she becomes a leader of kind of like a cult that praises Kida because she loses all her memories of it. And that's one thing that I found a lot different. But the one main huge difference that kind of made me happy was the difference between the way that he dies, that Light Yagami dies in the manga and in the show. And in the show, he dies when he makes it out of the warehouse, runs 2 stairs. Of course, you see him like bleeding out, and you see Ryuk having this long, pardon my French, but long ass like monologue about how Light is just like this guy that wanted to be a god that would never come true, basically. What he's talking about. And suddenly, just in the manga, he asks for Ryuk's help, and Ryuk just straight to kills him. Just rises in a death note, just dies like that.
Bye, Felicia.
And then it just cuts off, and then it goes to like
Felicia.
it's like I think it's like 2 months later or something. It's like now we all know that Light was Kida and all this different stuff, and it shows Misa as the leader of this cult thing. But that's definitely the biggest difference was how Light dies,
Did you guys write?
because
stuff
Light
on
is
regular?
definitely. His death made me kind of happy, but also it was really hard to like read. Like that was like in the show it wasn't really hard to watch, but in the book it's just hard to watch because the book is so detailed with it. It goes into straight detail about like his face movements and just every
Like he's screaming. He's
every
like, I don't want
tense.
to die. Turn it
yeah,
back.
literally, he's like, I don't want to die. Please.
Because in the anime, he
Don't
has
let
no
me
idea.
die.
In the anime, he has no idea that he's about to die.
Yeah, he's like, please don't let me die. Help me, Ryuk. And it's just like,
And Ryuk tells him, he's
Just-
like, I told you from the very beginning
Told you.
I would be the one to write your name
yeah,
in
he's
the
like,
death note.
I won't let you die.
I have a.
I'm the one that's gonna kill you, and kills him. And that was just an insane scene for me when I read the
Actually,
manga.
they use the same line.
Exact
They-
same
they,
line.
they use the same line, but in very different settings. Because right as Ryuk starts to write down his name in the death note in the anime, he says, "Well, I told you at the end of this road, I'd be the one writing your name in the death note." But it's a very, very different context in the manga.
Yeah.
When he says it to his
It
face.
feels different. It
Yeah.
feels a lot different. Like, you know, it seems more like dramatic. Like, Light doesn't hear it.
Mhm.
But in the manga, it straight up is blunt. It's like, I told you I'm the one that's going to kill you. I'm not going to let you bleed out. I'm going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And
They're gonna do that.
again, in the manga, it is definitely more graphic when it comes to not just the plot itself and but it's a lot more violent.
Yeah.
Like, the manga goes straight into, like, the dark.
Yeah.
And that's why I love the manga more than the show, personally. Because also the manga, the ending,
Mm-hmm.
felt like the author, like, didn't want to write anymore.
Hmm.
It kind of felt like that. But it didn't either. It's what's weird about it.
Like,
I loved
So
it, but you get what I'm trying to say, Jonathan?
yeah.
Like, it felt like he wanted to hurry it over, but it didn't.
Yeah, it felt like with the anime that they just wanted to, like, after
To end it.
Light died, they just.
Well,
Well, also, I guess
See,
in
that's
the
the thing,
manga
though,
they did
like,
a better
it-
job of finishing
You
it.
have this rising action up until L dies, and it's just like.
Except in the manga, it's so good even when
Yeah.
L dies.
So-
Something
falling
that I
action.
do have to lend the author credit for, even after Al dies, is they keep you guessing.
Oh yeah.
Now imagine how hard, like, it's hard enough for us to keep
Wait, how
guessing
do
what's
they
happening.
keep you
Imagine
guessing?
how hard it is to create
Who's
those
gonna beat him?
scenarios.
How is he gonna win? If he's gonna win or not?
Like, imagine how hard it is to create those scenarios to keep you in so much suspense like that, in that much detail,
It's true.
Yeah.
just for so long.
Was-
I wouldn't blame him if he needed to cut
And
it off if he was running out of ideas.
Was it the right idea for them to have Nier win instead of Al?
The author
Wow.
actually explains it in
Yeah.
that right there. I don't know what page it's on. I'm not going to go through the entire thing because it's totally not like 400 pages or anything. But it basically talks about how he wanted Nier to win because it's still classified as L winning
Yeah.
because it was L's pupil that was, and L trained him
And Nier
for a
becomes the
long
new
time,
L or something.
and Nier
like
becomes
that.
L, and
Well,
that's
it becomes MA.
oh yeah. But Nier, I like Nier as a character in the manga, but in the show, they pulled it almost exactly the same. But the one thing I had a problem with in the show was the voice actor.
Did you watch it subbed or dubbed?
Both.
Okay.
I didn't like either.
I was fine with him in subbed and dubbed. I just didn't like the character.
And the character in the manga is about the same, but the development of the character feels a lot better. It's
Did
the
they
same,
go more
but it's
into
more
Nier and Mellow?
more into like the backstory.
Wait,
There
his
is
name's Mello?
Mello is his brother.
Oh yeah, his name's Mello, but I just call him
Wait, they're
Mello
brothers?
because his hair's
Yeah.
melon colored.
Oh, they're friends or something
But
like that.
no one
Yeah,
cares.
they grew up
No,
in the
they
they grew up in the
both
same
were,
orphanage as L.
Yeah, they're both like what's the word I'm looking for?
They were L's favorites.
Basically, yeah, and they were trained by L.
Well, yeah, because in the I don't know what it says in the manga, but in the anime it says in the animes they're like, so which one of us did he pick? And the guy's like, he hadn't made up his mind yet,
And
which ended up causing friction between
what's
them.
the thing about this is that he picked Nier in the manga.
Wait, are you selling
Really?
Snap a Couch or are you want
Yeah, I'm.
And the reason that-
Because he said that there was
Nier
another
got-
name that he put on it.
That Nier,
I'll refresh it.
what's the guy's name?
Mellow.
Mello?
Mello?
Mello got pissed off and left is because it was obvious that L liked Nier more than. And one thing I also liked a lot about the manga and the show, what they did pretty well, they never tell you L's name
Yes.
ever.
That
in
was
the entire,
very
in the entire series.
like just
That's
as you,
fine.
like you see through Misa's Misa figures out what his real name is, but like
But
just
you don't see the name.
just before you're about to see the name, like even
Cuts off.
before the piece of a character can come in, light steps in view, and you're just like, are you freaking kidding me?
It's just like it's of course
Even
you
in
don't
the
be able to see it.
novel where there's a prequel novel
Yeah.
where what's her name works with L, like they mentioned that in the manga and the anime.
Yeah,
but there's
Ray
there's a
Pember's
full-on novel.
fiance.
Yeah. That and in that they don't mention they don't even give a hint to his real name.
Nope, and you still don't know it. And the because there is one actual novel the author wanted to write because people were curious about the backstory between L and
In
Ray
what
Pember's fiance.
Oh,
So he's like, okay, let's do it. And he wrote one. Took him about like it was like 6-7 months to write
Yeah.
this book, and he did it, released it, and did really well actually. I mean, really well in Japan. Didn't do well whatsoever here though, which was kind of sad.
I've seen it on bookshelves.
And the manga here does really well. And of course, one thing that's funny about this is, was it you that told me you found the books at like Barnes and Noble, or was it the Jaco?
To if I want a Barnes and oh no, I told you about
Yeah,
Barnes.
that it was like a metal version of this.
Mhm.
That's like $200.
Yeah.
I got that for $53 on Amazon.
I love how you told at the beginning. You're like, I spent every ounce of my money.
I had no money.
$53.
I had no money that day.
That stuff usually cost
Alright.
that
So
specific
something
one
else
cost
we
about
were gonna kind of discuss was the themes. Oh, it's okay.
I was trying to
It's
drag that on
okay.
as much as
Yeah,
possible,
yeah,
so we
yeah,
had
go
so
John's
go
things.
straight to the.
All right. So what are the votes?
What are the votes for?
I'm really tired. So dun, it's Max.
It's Max.
Was I
Did they
voted
both
the most?
voted for Max?
Yep, 2 for Max, 1 for Becca.
Okay.
Last
Alright.
Robin voted for you,
So-
Joe Clone.
Somebody gets to move the camera
I'm pretty
because I'm
sure
not good at
Aaron.
that.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure that that there aren't any more votes on it.
Nope, Annalise didn't vote. I'm sad.
All right.
Alright.
She just put purple hearts and hi guys with a tongue sticking.
Alright, let's.
Annalise, you're no fun.
Oh, she is.
I'm so tired. I want to just sleep. I'm tired.
Okay, so
Okay.
So we promised John was gonna explain Moana. You're not moving the camera at all. You're just turning it. You're just gonna turn the angle. I don't know. That's what we usually do.
I don't have the. I don't have this. I don't have the.
That's why
section
I
on
was
this right
a
now.
little confused about whether or not we were doing John Explains tonight. I didn't prepare anything really.
You said you had an idea coming up.
I said I had an idea coming up. That
We-
doesn't mean it's a good
We
idea.
promised we were gonna do Moana.
Yeah, I know. I'm
But isn't
doing
You're
it.
gonna have to be close to the microphone.
Should we wait until next week to do
Should
it?
we
And I'll do it next week happily, but so we can compare and
have
so.
a better,
No, I
a
think
better
about it
setup?
for you. We're
Just hold it. Just hold it away from the. Yeah.
Can't have it anywhere near the books.
Yeah. Or the microphone.
Yeah, let's do it over there.
On my carpet.
It's water.
Do you know Moana good enough?
Are you guys even in the frame? Nope.
I got
Wait,
this.
you guys are in the frame from here to here.
Here we go. Okay.
I said, what am I,
He's proposing.
how am I going to do this?
No, I'd have to be on one knee. Gosh, man.
How am I going to do
How
this?
about you
It's gonna be
switch
so-
places
it's
so
gonna be-
John is closer to the microphone?
This is going to be so uncomfortable. Do we have
Well, no,
like,
but I'll be speaking at the
It's still
microphone
picking
from
them
this
up.
direction.
Sound waves work like this, Becca, not like that.
Alright, let's get a timer going.
You want to just dunk yourself in it.
Alright, so we're doing
We do-
Moana.
Do you have a face plant?
do we have a box?
Do you have a box?
Not one that we can
No, we didn't.
just-
Sorry, buddy.
Alright.
It's going to be so difficult.
Do you want me to dunk myself and somebody else do it? I have the talents enough to do it, but I don't think
I don't have the
anybody.
balance enough to
I don't
do
think
this.
anybody
You
has
can
the
do it. It's supposed to
stupidity
be uncomfortable.
that I do.
I mean, no, I don't have the balance to do this.
You can. Just do it.
Alright.
No homo.
3.
I can't do that one thing. I can't remember the angle.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Moana is about Moana trying to find the perfect burger. She goes to her dad and asks, "Can I cook my pig?" And he says no. "Can I cook my chicken?" He says no. So she goes and sails out into the ocean. Makes friends with the ocean. She's like, "Do you want belly rub?" And the ocean's like, "Yeah, I want belly rub." She then goes find some weird guy and he's like, "You're welcome." And she's like, "I didn't ask you anything." They go on a journey to find Mr. Crab. Mr. Crab is like, "You want me golden?" They're like, "No, we just want to know how to make a good burger." And he's like, "We make it out of lava demons." And so then they go and sail and they meet a lava demon and they eat the lava demon and
That's a long time.
30.34 seconds.
I
You
tried,
lasted
I
quite
could
a
have lasted
long.
longer, but I tried so hard not to laugh. Is there a towel?
Yeah, I'll get you some.
I tried so hard not to laugh. Like literally, I almost took so many breaths
You
in.
did a good job.
Oh my god. You did a good job, dude. All I heard was lava demon.
and they go and they go
I stood like my entire head in so I couldn't hear what he was saying. Oh god, that was. I'm sorry, but I lost it there. Did you not see the bubbles of me trying not to laugh?
The fans are gonna be like,
Ugh.
"That wasn't
Oh,
funny."
what happened?
It was funny because it was so random.
Oh, it just went to power saving mode.
Alright.
Okay.
John, wake up and explain things. Beautiful.
Okay, so
Wait,
themes.
Was the camera on me while I was like taking like a mini nap?
Probably.
Okay.
Okay, so. Okay, so the next
My
topic
nose.
is themes and morals, which kind of ties into the, like, I guess a sub point of that was.
I just hate the crab. I want you all to know that. The movie would be great. Just take out the crab.
I'm so
No, I love that movie. I guess I hear you. I
Okay,
don't know.
was
I think
like
the crab's
okay.
funny.
Here's the main prompt of the
But
themes
the
and
real
morals.
question is, could the crab be Kira? Real question out there.
Shiny.
And Joseph,
Okay,
you
so
don't get any of these jokes because you haven't seen
prompt-
Moana.
The prompt question for themes and morals is: was light justified?
Ooh, yes, I came up with this one
Ooh.
myself. Was he justified? No. The answer is no. He wasn't justified throughout the whole thing because, like, there is a whole entire judicial court system for a reason, and it's like for someone to just be like, oh well, now I get to decide who lives and dies. What made him, better than someone else to decide who lives or dies?
It's
He's
called
not
having a god
God.
complex.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
has a god
that's
complex.
Biggest dog complex in any.
I think at the beginning he has, I'm going to use this loosely, but a good heart. Like, he only kills bad people. But then you're like,
But
But murder is still murder.
It's see, the power starts consuming him.
Well,
Yep. Absolute power corrupts absolute.
Yeah.
the Death Note has a corrupting effect on humans. This is
Crap.
Well, I mean, the ability to just kill someone is going to have a corrupting effect on a person.
true.
You know, the thing that this story does is it puts you in his place, and you I don't know about you guys, but the whole time I was watching, I find myself asking, like, would I make a similar decision to this if I had this, you know, or would I, you know, because that's a huge temptation. Like, I mean, at first it's like, well, I mean, if I could get rid of all of the horrible murderers and rapists.
And Hugh's actually
like,
willing to
you know,
sacrifice himself for like, he knew that he wouldn't be able to go to the afterlife. It said, well, actually no, he finds that out after.
But he stays.
That's the thing.
He still states that he'd do it
Was he doing
anyways.
it out of selfish ambition from the beginning, though?
What?
No,
Because
he
we
knew
know
from the beginning.
we know he becomes selfish, but
But
was he selfish from
before.
the moment he just made
Yeah,
the decision
exactly.
right in
My
that?
opinion.
And that's like something like, would we turn, like, if you, because at a certain point, you know, you kill all these people, but then you're like, well, you have to get to a point where what defines good and evil, and he kind of gets to that point where
Where
it's,
he thinks he
defines what
Yeah.
good and evil is,
Yeah.
and then he gets other people who are greedy or just delete, and they run
Delete,
a
delete,
marathon each time they kill someone. You know, that man is the fastest sprinter alive. If he had joined the Olympics, Japan would actually win stuff at sprinting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But no, they want to get that.
But no, we have to go
Like, when you see, like, we start seeing like how at first the world kind of fights it. Like at first the world's kind of divided. Like a lot of people are like, yeah, he's doing the right thing. Like he even brings up the point how like if a child is asked in a classroom, oh, is it okay to kill people? Then everyone's gonna get the politically correct answer. Oh, you should never kill people. They should not. Personally, I think that there are people that absolutely deserve to die.
Oh yeah.
Like some of the people that he was killing in the Death Note at the very beginning of the series, I was like, absolutely.
The difference is it's not our decision to make.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, like, but here's the problem.
You don't
Here's the
know that person's heart.
here's the problem with the gray area is that a jury is made up of people. People are flawed beings. I don't care what you say. I don't care what people say. Human nature is naturally evil. I mean, you don't have to teach a child to behave badly.
Yep.
You have to teach them to behave well.
So unlike my English 10th grade honors teacher, he's like, "What are you talking about? Humans are completely
Wait,
good."
is that Mr.
That's in
Oh
here.
my gosh.
You don't bring up people's names. Goodness.
Please spam him with crap. I hate him.
You were in Miss Andrews' class,
God.
right?
Oh my
I love
gosh.
Miss Andrews. She's gone off.
Wait
again.
till you
In any
graduate.
case, she
to
poured all my stuff
back
out.
talk.
I don't care. He can come and tell me he
John.
hates me all his own. I'll give him the finger.
It's okay. My teacher poured all the stuff out of my
Hey, John.
backpack because I didn't have a notebook.
You should have a notebook, buddy.
No, I didn't have my one day I didn't have my schoolwork book. She got all
that-
pissed off at
yes.
me and poured literally all
Everything
my stuff
out
right when
onto
the bell
the
rang and
desk.
poured all my stuff out of my backpack.
And onto my desk as well. That's how we're friends. Delete. No, I like Miss Andrews. She's a grammar Nazi.
And anyways, so what? In any case, what I was saying. So, like, he would be he would be part of that jury.
Mm-hmm.
So like as a human being, he would be part of that jury. So what makes more than one person? What makes a jury better than an individual to judge the heart of a person?
Because it's a group of people.
That's
It's
the
not.
thing.
The
Like,
thing is,
now we're
it's-
getting into the morality of it.
Now we have to.
And
Now we're gonna get really deep. The question is, or the thing is, one person is biased. So the point of a jury is kind of to, like, get on a bunch of unbiased people, and even if they do have some
Nice,
bias,
Robin.
they kind of counteract the other person's bias. It's a group. Watch Psychopath season 2 if you want to delve into this type of
Great
crap.
show, have you watched it?
It delves into like the difference between a single person and a group. You know, like if a
That's
group,
like the detail though.
like the Nuremberg trials, for instance, they didn't just go and punish all Nazis. What they did was they punished each individual person for their crimes. So you also have to get into that. Yeah.
I think that he was in the right in some cases and in the wrong in some of the other.
Like when he went and killed Ray Pember, that's when I thought he.
That is
where he went to.
Because
that is where he went off the rails.
Because literally,
well, it's
in terms of morality.
He's a sociopath.
Yeah.
One thing that really pissed me off about why he killed Ray Pember, he wasn't even going to investigate Light anymore after that. He was done investigating Light after that, and he still killed him. And that is where I started thinking that, wow, I hope this guy die. I hope Light dies. And then he kills his Ray Pember's fiance.
Oh yeah,
that was the last straw.
He makes her hang herself,
and that doesn't show it. It just implies
suicide.
He
makes her hang herself.
He specifically writes she commits suicide in a way that her body will never be found.
Yep. And in the manga,
even though in the show it's just a noose in the
doorway. That was symbolic.
It's symbolic for suicide. You don't really know how she killed herself. She literally just disappeared off the map, takes the earth.
Kill yourself. Kill yourself. It'll only take
So
just a
I
minute.
think this should be time to talk about the movie.
Have I not shown you
Yeah,
that?
one second.
So
I definitely disagree with a lot of things you did later on, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Like after that, it was just like, okay, you're the bad guy now.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the
it's,
movie.
It's very thought provoking. That's
but there are more.
That.
Oh, do we have the good versus good theme up for discussion?
Sure.
Go for it.
This is very interesting because it's kind of like the Civil War that America went through. If you're not American, you're not real. Kidding. So, like, there are two sides to the Civil War, and you're like, well, the South was obviously evil, because they promoted slavery. Well, from their point of view, it was good. Well, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. And it kind of brings up this good versus good conflict that both people are fighting for what they believe is good. And I always loved it about the show. I brought this up in a 9th grade English project that I'm like, there can be a theme where it's good versus good, and there's not that many shows like that.
That makes me think of something I was discussing with Chris the other day, because he was talking about Avatar villains, and I think Avatar villains.
The Last Airbender.
He felt that another villain was. We can talk about this on a later date. He felt that another villain was scary. I always felt that Azula was the most scary because she's a sociopath. Every other, most villains that we know of.
She's not a sociopath, though.
Well,
she's a sadist because she cares about dealing out pain more than putting herself in a good position.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
That's the difference between a sociopath and a masochist.
Okay.
Sadist.
So, anyway, what I'm trying to get at is when you're talking about sides on a moral issue, one person on one side genuinely believes that they're doing something right, and the other person on the other side genuinely believes that they're doing something right. The scary villains are calculated. They don't have they don't have an inner moral code that they're following. They're just making selfish decisions because it's about them.
Like a Mon and like the bad guy from season 3 who's bald and I don't remember what his name is.
No, but we can relate this to Light as well, because he starts out having an inner moral code, and I'm doing this for a reason. I believe this is right.
He's even reluctant to use the Death Note at all.
He really is, and that's what any normal person would feel like if you suddenly had that power thrust upon you.
He has a soul in the beginning.
Yeah, but as it progresses, it's no longer about doing the right thing. It's about preserving his power. Mm-hmm. And that's
like a politician.
Yeah. And so all of the morality is thrown out the door.
He becomes power hungry.
So, but I mean, that can really segue.
Like guilty crowd. Yes, that is another good example that you guys wouldn't get that. I hope you guys do.
Guilty crown, the main
but
character.
That could really segue us into what we're feeling about the Netflix movie that's coming out pretty soon.
Okay, yeah. So based on what we've seen so far,
they said Sparky Boom Man.
Sparky Boom Man.
No, he's
There's also a Sparky Boom Woman, by the way, if you haven't seen.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
Wait, what?
In season 3 for Legend of Korra.
Is Sparky Boom Woman?
There is one.
That is the least one I think I've seen the least amount of times. And it was one of the better ones. Season 2, I've seen it more than season 3. But I didn't like
season 3 if you want to watch it.
Kind of want to watch season 2.
Anyway.
In any case, okay. So based on what we're seeing so far, for Light, anyways, in the case of the movie versus the anime / manga, the original, the source, is the American version, Light Turner. He seems to be very impulse-driven, as opposed to Light Yagami, who is very driven by logic.
I feel like the Light Turner, apparently that's what his name is, dear God. I feel like he's the
older
type
brother
of
of Timmy Turner.
He's the type of like angsty teen that claims he's into metal, but he's just doing that to be edgy.
Who's like,
Yeah,
I'm all sad and emo. I really listen to I listen to metal all day. I'm pathetic. Actually, okay, so I don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of people are really ticked off that he's not like, because in the anime and the manga, Light is this
he's a
cool,
lady.
smart, straight A's,
Like, he could
popular,
grow up
Well dressed,
He could grow up to be
good
James Bond.
face.
Yeah, well, I mean, it adds to that, like, that
Evil
complete
factor.
flip. Because it's like, he's like the picture of, like, the perfect
Perfect person.
citizen. Like, the person who has got everything in order in their lives.
They say that at his graduation ceremony, like when he's talking next to Elle, they're like, one looks like the mad genius, and the other one looks like he was groomed for success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you have the Americanized version where he's this
Emo
he's
kid.
like a nerdy emo kid who gets beat up at school.
I'm just a kid, and my life is a nightmare.
But I don't know. Like at first, I was really irritated by this because it was so different. But they're trying to appeal to a different audience.
Yeah.
Which I like and
I
don't like.
think, yeah, I like it and I don't like it. I feel like they're trying to make him more relatable though, because who can relate with Light at the beginning? It's like, I'm perfect. I get straight A's. I get along with my family. My mom thinks I'm the perfect child, and I'm so popular. All the girls are into me.
I'm a demon child.
I was at yeah.
Thank you.
That's the thing. Like, they want to make Light relatable, so that when he starts making these big moral decisions, it's like, whoa, would I actually do this? Like, is he going too far? Is he going to turn in, at this, like, I like it, but I don't like how it's buying into the stereotype of the shy nerds being, like, the dark, like, mass murderer types. I don't like that. Because that's there's too much of a cliche, and it
Wasn't there an episode of Flash where, like, Control Freak is like that?
That's one thing. One thing that's kind of like that. I want to point out. I'm not racist, but I hate the choice of Elle's black.
Why?
For one major reason. He's a pasty, weak white guy.
He's supposed
He's
to look
not
like
weak.
He's supposed to look like Joe,
Basically.
lacking in
But-
vitamin D.
But,
Hey!
I mean,
no, but he's like.
No, remember him and Light get into it?
No,
like
but
they're
no,
beating the
he's-
crap out of each
he's-
other?
No, yeah, he's strong, but he looks like this weak, pasty white guy.
Martha's on, by the way.
It's shut in me.
He looks very
Shut in
non-threatening.
nerd.
He looks very non-threatening.
Yeah,
This
but in
L
the
does
show,
look.
he looks
This
threatening.
L, you're right. This L has a threatening presence.
And
that
I don't
like.
like that.
well, that's not.
don't
That's
like
just
that.
because he's like really built and he's buff. And
Not
he's
the
strong.
problem he's black.
I don't have.
It's
I
a
don't
problem
have,
that
yeah.
they made him like this.
I
Do you know what?
don't have
Guy
an
that's
issue
They
with that.
had picked a skinny black kid. I'd be okay.
Yeah, but no, it's a big
But
dude
no,
that literally
it's like a burly man.
But he also threatens Light a lot in the trailer, which he doesn't do that much in.
Yeah.
They
They
never
such.
directly threaten each other.
Yeah, they don't, but they do it like through like kind of like.
They get in each other's faces.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they don't,
you guys have
like,
to
they don't
remember they're
straight threaten
appealing
each
to
other
an
like that in the
American
show.
audience
Passive
now.
aggression. Do Americans not understand passive aggression?
Americans are really dense.
My mom was being passive aggressive towards me the other day, and she didn't realize it. And I was trying to explain to her what passive aggression is, and I'm like,
You do realize she was probably just pulling your leg, right?
no.
No,
It
but
was.
another thing that kind of bugged me is the amount of like symbolism in the show in the manga.
We
in
haven't
general,
seen the movie yet.
Is that
Yeah,
Light?
like,
I
the
would-
way
no.
this is all speculation.
Again, it's all
Guys,
speculation.
So
It's
far
not
from
real.
the trailers and the
but-
way it's been marketed, we don't see that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like
It's
Ghost
gonna be a
in
good
the
movie, in
Shell.
my opinion.
It's gonna be like,
That was a good movie.
oh, it looks like there's gonna be good actors, but if you've seen the original,
The original's fantastic.
exactly.
I'm just
the-
going in with really low
Yeah.
expectations,
But the thing
except for Ryuk as
Ryuk?
Will
Yeah, so
Willem
how do you
Dafoe, I'm
guys
happy
feel
for.
about the cast other than Elle?
I've not
Alan,
seen
the
Misa
main guy?
on it, but you know I'm excited.
I'm excited for
no,
most of
that's
the cast.
completely
I'm
different
excited
thing.
about most of the cast, especially Ryuk, because
Ryuk?
Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe was born for that
Oh
role.
my
Yeah,
gosh.
fantastic for that
yeah,
role.
I was,
But-
when I found out that he was going to be Ryuk, I was
I was
so
like, I'm gonna see this movie even
excited.
if it is crap.
Oh my
But one thing I
gosh.
really wanted to, what I was trying to say before, was in the show, the way that Light's name is written in kanji means moon, I
Yep.
think, and God.
Yep.
How
God
they-
of the night
and
is
they
basically.
can't- yeah.
What type of
And they
god
can't-
moons people?
The God of the night, basically. God,
Light,
like the moon
apparently.
god, basically. It's weird.
Light
But
Let it
and
go.
they can't translate that because it's a huge thing in the series.
Yeah.
Like that because he has a huge god
Hence,
complex,
Light
and his
Turner.
name literally means God in kanji, and it's just that they can't do in the live action. They can't do what the show did basically. A lot of the
They're
time.
gonna lose a lot of symbolism, unfortunately.
And that's what makes me sad because in the series there's a lot of symbolism between Christianity and Light. They make Light seem like this god that he really isn't.
That's the thing, though. Again,
False
an
God.
American audience overall is wanting to get away from religiosity.
But they're also keeping the gods love apples.
Yeah.
Based off the trailer,
Well,
the newest one.
Do
which
we think it's going to be multiple movies, or do we think it's going to be one and done?
I hope it's multiple.
it might be one
You
and
see,
done.
I think that they're going to one and done it because they're retarded.
I think
Yeah,
they're gonna
I
want
hope
to
they
done
will.
it, but like,
I think it's gonna.
but
be
like
one.
no, but like, hear me out. Like, kind of how Star Wars episode 4 was supposed to be a one and done, because I thought that was gonna be it.
Mm.
However, there was
Yeah.
stuff left over
Mm-mm.
But if you
that they
want,
could have done another one.
if you want a quality product, you have to have a plan. And
True.
if it's just
Joe,
like,
he wrote the
oh,
books,
this is gonna
you
be
know,
cool.
before.
Oh wait,
I know,
we actually
so-
want to write more. Then you're on a time crunch, and you gotta make money, and
Again,
it complicates it, and it makes the
I feel like
story
if
more
they were to
watered
make a
down.
second one, they're going to be
This-
like, it's a cousin.
No, you know,
Moana."
it's probably you're
Like
probably right
her.
that it is going to be a one and done because this is honestly an experiment on their part.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Because
Because
SAO
they-
live
because they-
action.
Well, because
Yes.
the last time they tried to do this was Dragon Ball Evolution,
Yes,
and we all
well,
know how that turned
But
out.
the thing is, I think they're
I'm-
testing the
I
waters
have
for
hope
the
they do
SAO
that movie.
Hollywood remake.
and what's funny is
I
that
think it's
I'm
everything.
actually have hope for the new movie
I don't.
because I'm not gonna see it as a full-on Death Note thing. I'm gonna see it as a
See it
Death
as
Note
something completely
American
different.
remake
yeah.
of it.
It's
And
a story with
Keep
that
your
has the same
expectations low.
themes, but it's
Yeah,
not going to
that.
be the same story.
But again, another thing that kind of makes me kind of very excited for it is because of the Netflix animes that have come out. Blame was really good, by the way. For I've not read the manga.
Who the
Blame,
heck is
read it.
Liz? LIS, also too handsome. What?
Let me see.
It's okay. Maybe
No, it's
readers,
good. Just
readers.
No,
L.
but,
L is also too handsome. Oh, got
Yes.
it.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
Really,
No.
Robin? You're into it. Black man?
no, have you not seen what the actor actually looks like? No homo, but he's actually pretty attractive.
No. Would you just let the joke go?
No homo.
John.
I'm not okay about that here. No homo.
I'm okay
Anyway.
with that. I don't know. I would think I'm
Giratina
okay with
origin.
all
What
names I wanna
message
try.
did you retract? I want to read it now.
No, but the Netflix anime is like Natsu no Taizai or Seven Deadly Sins. It's nice Sidonia and Blame. I don't know what and Sinbad. They mentioned Sinbad.
Wait, what does this have to do with Death Note?
That
He's
no,
talking
I'm,
about
I'm just
Netflix
making it. I'm
animes.
just making it an example. Like all
Oh,
those
okay.
are fantastic, and based off their track record of this anime in general, I have hope for this movie for one reason, because it's anime related, and Netflix, I guess now, is
They're starting to
fantastic with,
understand the
Except
genre.
they can't
they understand
bother.
it now,
They can't bother to put up the dub for SAO season 2.
and
Why?
it's because they don't have the rights to it yet. The Funimation hasn't given them the rights to it yet.
Darn it, Funimation.
And it took them forever to get the rights to Death Note.
Last
and to all
Robin,
these different
I love
shows.
you.
And like it took them forever just to get the rights to Seven Deadly Sins. And for Death Note specifically, Madhouse would not give that up. And
Well, yeah, because they can make a lot of money off of it.
and they made a deal with them where Madhouse actually does make money off of it,
Nice.
which like not just them buying the rights to it, but they actually make money off the release itself,
Oh wow.
which would be interesting or something like that.
Interesting.
And I didn't really read out that much about it, but what's going
Has
on? But
the-
I vote for it because they have
Has
a really
the
good track
original
record
has
of
the
that.
original author of
movies.
Death Note has he said anything about the movie?
I haven't really checked. I can probably research
Joe,
that.
honestly,
But
if you
he's
search Crunchyroll,
probably
you'll find some.
he liked the Japanese versions. He talked about those because those are actually good. Those aren't half bad.
The what?
The
Sorry.
the Japanese live actions of a Death Note.
Oh,
They
that's
Yeah.
right.
follow the
I
story
haven't seen
very
it.
very well actually, but they go off track a lot. But
Except Misa has black hair, and
that
she's
too.
actually attractive, unlike in the show.
that too.
I think
But-
she's supposed to be attractive.
She's
in the
supposed to be
show. She may not
attractive,
be
yeah.
attractive to you.
Well, in the manga,
I
she is.
actually, I
Annoying.
She's more attractive
she
in
is
the
annoying.
manga.
She's a
It's
very
really weird.
annoying
She's like on the
character.
top 3 of
She's
most
so
annoying cartoon / anime
Oh, yeah.
girls.
But I have to say, the girl that they cast to be Misa, I feel like she really reminds
just-
me of Misa.
She's one quicker though.
She's not gonna act like her at all.
Probably not.
No.
She's supposed to be a cheerleader, I believe.
Yeah,
Oh God.
She gives me that vibe.
Why can't
though.
she be a model?
that's what she should have been. That's what she was,
Yes,
and that's
it
not
is-
hard to do.
It is not unheard of for teenagers to model.
And
No.
Yeah, but Americans are trying to get rid of that cliche.
But it's not a
You
cliche
don't
thing.
have to
Oh, so
say
do it.
so.
Have her as a cheerleader instead.
Have her as a cheerleader.
It makes it
It's
more
not
cliche.
That's the closest thing that people will see as acceptable, though.
that's more cliche, and it's stupid.
Do you, this is an American cliche where there is some loser who's in love with a cheerleader. That has been in so many movies.
Except
Are they
the problem
already
is-
dating
That's true.
though?
The problem
when the
is
movie
with,
starts.
I don't know.
I really hope.
Like
Yeah.
one
Because
thing
that's what-
that
no,
if
that's
they
what it
have
looks
this
like
fall
to
in
me.
love, I'm gonna be pissed. Because in the manga and in the anime, they
Why?
had he
You know what?
is a huge
He
one
despises
sided.
her.
He despises me.
I
so
am more
bad.
excited for the Tokyo Ghoul live action film than this.
I'm
And
more
that doesn't even
excited
look as well
for
made.
Full
Full Metal
Alchemist.
Alchemist. Do you think? I hope they do it off of
Oh, they
Brotherhood
released a
and
new.
not
They
Flame.
released a new trailer for
Yeah, I
the
saw
Japanese version. Yeah.
The thing is, like,
it looks,
the
I mean,
Alphon
it's
looks
suck,
cool.
But I'm gonna like it
Alphonse?
anyway.
Alphonse looks cool, and the transmutation looks
Yeah.
dope. But the acting, you're like, why?
Why are you
Why
so,
can't you be better?
Why are
Oh,
you
yeah, I
so
forgot to
pretty?
mention this.
Like, stop it.
We're Hollywood's making a Hollywood adaptation of Full Metal Alchemist based off Brotherhood.
Really?
I don't think so.
Yeah, they already have a cast.
I think that was a Crunchyroll article that just was like,
No.
was. Are you sure? I'm gonna fact check you on
Fact
this.
check me just in
I
case.
was- Not
But
now.
I
It's
did
gonna
some
take me a
research,
while.
and there's like articles and stuff like that about them. They were at least planning on making a American adaptation,
Wow.
No, but you see, so what they're doing for Tokyo Ghoul,
something like that.
by the way, is they're like, okay, so Toka is supposed to be a really attractive character. What's the logical step? Hire a model that's good at acting. And that's what they did. But America, we're just like, you know, and she's supposed, they could have just hired a model that's good at acting. I mean, they do that in movies, actually, quite consistently now. Why couldn't they have done that for Death Note?
They're also releasing a trailer for the Attack on Titan live action soon.
They already did one.
No, the American one.
They're doing an American one?
Oh, and the cast is insane. That cast is incredible, and it actually
Really?
looks fantastic.
I don't
And,
know.
have to
they're
look that
also
up.
following, unlike this one, they're following the lore of the manga.
Oh.
The only Japanese person in the entire movie is going to be Mikasa, and that follows the lore.
Do you know, I want there to be
They,
a
they
live
got a,
Yeah,
they're
because
hiring
she's
a
the-
Japanese
I want there
actor.
to be a live action of Kimi no Nawa right now. I feel like
Oh,
that'd
yeah,
be fun.
the-
It's
Anyway,
too soon.
if you guys
Anyway.
have stuff for Q&A, start preparing Q&A because
Yeah.
we're getting there.
Okay, so here's one of the last points.
Or an
Is
aneurysm.
we kind of touched on this earlier, but what would we do if we got the Death Note? Like knowing full well what
If
full well
Ryuk
what.
was my Shinigami,
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't do anything with it. I would just like keep it.
You would just give it back to him.
I would say take it. I don't want to go to purgatory.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Screw that.
No, we see later on that you become a Shinigami.
In
I don't want to become a Shinigami. Have
purgatory.
you seen that world?
Huh?
Have you seen that world?
Yeah, Joe, it's
It's
crap.
hell. Worse than hell.
True.
It's
Yeah,
boring.
True.
No, I think hell is isolation. I think hell is the worst. Literally.
Purgatory is
Like-
not worse than hell.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Joe
again-
Clone, why would you watch this? Actually, you
No,
no, I don't
but
blame
if
you.
you, but again, again, I'm gonna talk about the Attack on Titan thing since Death Note's kind of we talked about everything we possibly can.
No, we haven't.
What
We
have we
talked about the art style.
Oh yeah, the
That's kind of hard to get into for one reason. If they haven't seen it or they haven't read the manga, they don't really get.
Dude,
art
they
style.
can literally Google an image, or they can literally look right there
Okay,
and
fine,
see
okay, I'll
what
start
we're
going
talking
with
about.
that.
So me and Becca were talking about this. Becca didn't really get what I was talking about, but at first I think she started to get what I was talking about.
Do you, Becca?
Do you?
I don't even know what we're talking about.
About the
art
art
style.
Oh, the
about
art
the art?
style?
How like
Yeah.
it's like
It's
do
like
it-
it
It
has
changes.
no, that's not what we were talking about.
John. Yeah, you were talking about the art style
Yes.
for
and,
the story.
and how it's like kind of like gothic looking, even though that's not even the word goth.
Yeah, it's not the correct term.
It's not.
It's it's an anime. It's a Japanese style, but it has
Gothic influences. Like if you go and look at like it has like gothic architecture styles in there. Like the buildings look like when there's like a dramatic scene, there's like stained glass windows.
They have, like Max was saying earlier, they have all of this like religious symbolism,
and they have to have that dark gothic like add-ons to it that make it seem a lot more of this dark kind of like religious symbolism in it.
I have to say, when I first started the show, I did not like the artwork very much.
Right.
Like, I mean, it was just real, the thin lines and the sketchiness. Like, I mean, it's very detailed, it's cool, but it bothered me at first. But as I watched the show, it grew on me.
The first time I watched the show, I can't really relate to that for one reason, because this was the main anime that pulled me in. Because the first one I watched was Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Second one was Death Note.
Wrong.
No, actually.
That's wrong.
You think I Soul Eater?
Yeah, I told you about Soul Eater before.
I didn't watch it for a
that
while.
roped you in, and then I'm like, I'm watching Death Note right now.
No, what I did is I watched like the first episode. I'm like, it's pretty good.
Hey, Bruni.
But I can't find it anywhere else because it's
Wow,
on
Bruni,
Netflix.
you think the SAO fanfiction is better than this? You think that's better content? You're probably right.
But the art style specifically, again, I'm gonna talk more about the manga because I've read the manga.
I'm out.
But the art style of the manga almost exactly like the show, which when Light gives up ownership of the Death Note.
Okay, Aaron, I saw your question. I'll actually answer that in a little bit.
He turns all happy. Like, his becomes like no pun intended, a lighter art style on him. Not as dark, not as like
His
The lines in his face
Yeah,
are soft.
They're like softer, yeah. And then once
He's
he
younger.
touched that Death Note again in the helicopter, it just instantly snapped back.
That
Just
darkness
wasn't contained.
behind his eyes.
What are you asking
yeah.
us to burn and shatter into a million, or shred into a million pieces? Last Robin and Giratina Origin. Just, whatever, just answer me.
But
Back to the podcast.
But again, it instantly turned this like. I mean, for the rest of the show, it's this. He gets more of a darker and darker art style to him. More
And
of
also, he's red.
a very. Oh yeah. Also, whenever he does like the sadistic thing, his eyes and hair turn red, and like each
Yeah.
character has their own like color palette.
Was it Matsuda's yellow?
Yeah, Monster's yellow, and then
I thought Noragami did it better.
but
Oh yeah.
well yeah, it's newer anime,
Still did it better.
but anyway, anyone else have a
yeah.
comment on the art style?
Anyway,
Not really.
Hey guys, what do I have to comment? It's
This is your idea.
I would say it's a good. I would say it would be a good fourth anime to watch. Like, I feel like you have to be an anime. Like, you have to have already watched an anime. Like, I know for some people that love mystery stuff, this is a great gateway. But like, the art style is kind of something hard to get past if you're not into it. So you kind of want to show people something pretty before you can show them something like kind of dark, thought-provoking, and just a weird art style with Misa's shrieks. Still not as bad as Lucy. And at least Misa can stick up for herself, you know? When another woman is hitting on her man, you know, she calls her out. And then that woman dies. Ha ha ha. Light's a scumbag. He sleeps with two women. He's either a champion or a scum. Nah, he's scum.
Oh, I
I'm gonna agree with that latter one.
Another, I just thought he just reminded me of another anime that's really good for beginners, kind of. That actually in the manga the art style's fantastic. Is Parasite,
Okay.
because it's
Is there a question for us?
No, they answered me what they said that they would shred or burn the Death Note.
Oh, okay. Now to me for a second.
I feel like that would kill the user, whoever did it though. You have to be like, no. That thing is kind of, you know, holier than you are. So
No. In the anime and in the manga as well, it discusses if you show a Death Note, there's nothing good.
Does nothing to the
Oh,
other.
yeah, it
You'll
doesn't do
you'll just
anything good.
lose.
Light puts
ownership.
that in as a fake rule to shield himself.
Yeah, if it destroys, you die. Or if you don't keep right name, every 13 days you die.
No, if you don't write a name in within 13 days, you have to either give it back or then
Die. Yeah, something like that.
13 days within the Death God appearing because the Death God has to appear within 39 days.
Yeah.
There are so many rules in that thing!
Oh, there's probably over 100.
I don't even care anymore.
But who made Parasite? Nothing.
I need to go find something real
I think
quick.
it
I'll be
was
right
my
back.
house?
Let's
I
just
don't think it was
finish,
my house.
or unless you
Well,
need-
it's for a question that was asked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright,
go.
so you guys can keep
But-
talking.
Oh, do we want to talk about the weekly anime? Because like we're in Q&A time,
Oh yeah.
guys, and I feel like we've
Talk
kind
about,
of.
you guys should talk about the weekly anime.
I'm burned out on the Death Note topic. I've had a very long day, so
So,
let's talk about weekly anime. So we felt like you guys weren't getting that into Death Parade, and also Joseph and Becca were kind of dragging.
my phone because you're gonna die.
Yeah, they were kind of dragging their feet on it. Like, we kind of had to force them to watch. We weren't really watching it as a group. So, we kind of... I pitched the idea of switching over to an anime that's still coming out. My Hero Academia. We've seen it. I showed Becca the first episode. I have no idea if she remembers it or not. And we thought that maybe that would be a little more lighthearted. And even if you're like new to anime, you haven't seen that much anime, you're like, it's a shonen anime. It's not so much like a shonen anime, actually. I feel like it's more of like a Saturday morning cartoon feel. Like you get to enjoy it and have like good times, and it also has like kind of a powerful story that's realistic. Like just because you've gained this new power doesn't mean that you're automatically going to win. You still have to try, because it's not being powerful that makes you a hero. It's about being the best you that you can be. It's what being a hero
It's
is.
the perfect zero to hero story.
yeah, so if you guys think we should make that the weekly anime where we watch a episode and then discuss it as a side topic each time we have a podcast, we can do that. Something else we needed to bring up as far as announcements go. Once after the wedding, so we're gonna have 3 weeks. We have a schedule. Joseph's gonna go over that. But after the next 3 weeks,
I didn't pay attention to the schedule.
Joseph will go over it.
Yeah.
But after the next 3 weeks, we're gonna have a very different schedule. We're gonna be married. I'm gonna have student teaching and work and stuff. Also, my little brother is starting his last year of high school, and he has football games every Friday night. So we've been trying to figure out what to do, because we basically came down to two choices. We can either switch the podcast time to Saturday afternoons, which may or may not conflict with other people's schedules if
It
these
will.
guys get jobs. So, so these guys are more necessary than I am as far as writing the podcast goes and like tech stuff. So we either figure out whether we can switch it to another day, or I'm just not going to be on the podcast for a few months, probably until like December, after the next few weeks. So that's just something to discuss. If you guys have times that work well for you, I don't know how. We're not very flexible. We'll try to be flexible, but that's just something that we're trying to discuss right now and figure out how the game plan's gonna look.
Yeah. Also, Max and me, we started the channel Pharratz Entertainment, and for those of you that are subscribed like Last Robin, and I'm pretty sure Bruni is subscribed as well, that we haven't uploaded anything.
We'll be probably uploading the next few days.
Yeah.
Because we won't be, if Josh decides to finally actually commit to this, like,
Yeah.
I'm fully committed to this, I'm fully committed to my streaming account, and, well, for now, until I get an actual job, and until then, we might be making videos without Josh until he decides he's ready for it, in my opinion. But we're definitely gonna upload something soon, no doubt. But
Yeah. Like,
until he commits.
we'll play some story games, we'll play some party games like Ultimate Chicken Horse, golf with your friends, maybe some move or die eventually,
Yeah.
stuff like
Oh,
that. Maybe
also,
Rocket League.
Artwork. Robert, I don't know if you're watching, but I finally finished your artwork. This has been like almost done for a couple weeks, and I've been crazy with life and wedding planning. It's finally finished. We're gonna mail it out to you, hopefully tomorrow.
It's really pretty. I
or
might buy
by
it from
Monday.
you.
I don't want to put it on the I don't think it'll really come through well on the camera. But I have your artwork. Rudy, I have the canvas here right now. I'm going to start the sketch tonight and like get it going. So hopefully we'll have it to you. Yeah, I have my canvas right here for your painting.
Beautiful. Best
So
drawing.
I'm
We're
gonna-
going to send it to you like
I
this.
have a little rough sketch going. It's not anything
Perfect.
crazy yet. But
I'm trying to find my box with all your artwork and stuff, and I can't find it.
Oh, well, whatever. We'll find it later.
Guess you lost it. It's long gone.
Huh? I still have all Becca's artwork, Joe.
No, I know I'm hacked it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joe, Q&A and other announcements, your
Well,
schedule.
None of us are on hashtag SnapACouch or looking at the comments right
My
now.
phone's at like 4%.
Yeah. We're sorry, guys. We're getting used to the new setup.
Aaron asked me what was Light Rush's character, what was Light Rush's design look like?
White.
And that's very funny.
He's a giant white guy who loves.
I was trying to find that painting that you did of him.
So both of us.
Sorry to show that, but I'll have to show it another time. Excuse me.
We showed it on one of our other. We showed it
first
on our
one.
first. If you want to see, it's on our very first podcast that we did as a group.
Yeah.
So
Camera quality is not very good, but you can still see. We put it pretty
you can
close to
still
the
see it.
camera. You can still see
We
it.
can post other images of it
Also,
later.
guys,
Yeah.
please advertise these videos to your friends. All 5 or 6 of you that are watching.
And remember, we have a Patreon. If you,
Yeah.
you know.
Please go support.
No, but
Yeah.
we're trying to make it to 10,000 views. We are almost there. And by
We're
almost,
sitting very close to 7,000 views
now.
right now, so
we need
Woo!
3,000 more. So if you guys could just spam it to all your friends that you know are nerdy, or if you don't have friends,
Yeah.
just
Don't be that annoying person. Just send it to people you know will be interested. Because like the people who aren't interested, we don't need to bug them.
And if you don't have friends, just blast it out on social media. Anyway, you know,
Like I do.
we would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Martha wanted to know when we're doing Star Wars again.
I
probably
got
not
one
so.
person subscribed to Twitter though.
What's up?
I got one person subscribed to Twitter. They liked the post and then commented on it, which was kind of neat.
Nice. So that's progressing. Okay, so Star Wars probably not going to do another one of those
For a
until
while.
yeah, not until
Yeah.
after the wedding easily.
Well, you
Wait,
had.
when did we do a Star Wars one?
A long time
we
A couple
had
months ago.
Max, you think you were out of
I
town?
was
I was on Max,
the
not Max.
tech for that one.
Yeah. It was
Oh,
Chris
no,
and
Chris.
Chris.
You guys-
Chris and Joe. I
We
was
did the
there.
original
Ah.
trilogy. We did the original trilogy. We're gonna do a prequel trilogy eventually.
Why would you do the original? Oh, the prequel. Okay, yeah.
Original
sorry, my bad,
prequel
yeah.
and the current.
I was
one.
like, dude, why would you have Chris for the 1, 2, and 3? But no, you meant original. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm drunk. Sake
Alright.
good.
So did
Are
we
we
get
ever
all our
gonna do
announcements out of the
Full
way and
Hours?
everything?
I think we were gonna talk about our schedule for the next. Do you have plans for the next?
I would
3 weeks?
love to do a Fuka one, but we're
Oh,
the
yeah.
only ones that have watched Fuka, and Becca would like it, Joe wouldn't like it.
For next week?
Do you have the next 2 weeks planned out?
I was actually thinking about doing Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood next week.
That would be great. I
Can we
know
just do
Thank you.
Full Metal
I actually
Alchemist
bought
and
that for
discuss,
one
that would
like,
that would
reason.
make me happy.
I would like to discuss both of them at the same time, because
Okay,
I feel
Becca.
like making 2 of them, like one for Full Metal Alchemist and one for
Oh,
I wasn't
no,
planning on
he wasn't
doing
planning.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Oh, you haven't
twice.
seen Full Metal Alchemist?
No.
It's so bad.
Let's just do it too. No,
I hated it.
okay, we'll discuss it on that one.
Yeah. Well,
And
that,
the week
I would
after
enjoy that because
that.
I'll be there for that one.
We'll talk about the original one as well, but mostly how I couldn't get through it.
So the main things are, point of this video, we did the Death Note, so yeah.
Do you want to read the manga, by the way, Joe?
This?
Yeah.
I might.
We
yeah.
can have this conversation after.
So I was going to ask.
Okay, so
Don't
we
forget.
get to the podcast, but just to reiterate, like as our last goodbyes, please share this with your friends, like, comment, subscribe, blah blah blah
You
blah.
can
blah.
find a link to Patreon in the comments below,
Yeah.
or description below.
Watch My Hero Academia episode 1 by the next podcast, so you guys don't get anything spoiled. But you can also enjoy the group discussion that we have,
Yeah.
and you can also input stuff through the comments. As you guys notice, we read them vividly, sometimes too vividly. And thirdly, I had a third point, but I don't remember. Oh yeah, submit like podcast ideas. We always appreciate that.
definitely.
And fourthly,
It may take
this-
us a while, but
this
we'll
is
do it.
just if you have like so much time on your hands and you know how to do this, make like John Explains animated videos, because I feel like that would be really funny.
This is for YouTube,
Oh my
by the way.
But you
Once
guys don't have to
thinking
do
back
that.
up.
So that would be all the messages.
Oh, Guillotine Origin. That's wrong.
We
wrong.
hope you
said-
guys have a good.
I hope you. I hope you like it. I feel so bad that it's taken me so long. But we're gonna. We just talked about it. We're gonna go to the
Checking your
post
phone
office
figure
and
out,
get
I
a
don't
big old envelope and send you this and maybe something else tomorrow.
Also,
So-
anime suggestions are appreciated, even
Please
though
do.
they don't We do.
Please do.
They need new.
I would
I need
love
new
to
ones.
watch some.
He
I'm
doesn't
just
need
crazy
new ones.
Right
I need
now
new
at
ones.
my
Fair
life
point.
That are good.
adulting.
Of course, I finished.
Yeah.
Like,
And not
it took
trash
me a
like
day
this.
though.
Our next podcast is gonna be Friday afternoon,
Friday.
Yeah.
The next 2 Fridays we're gonna do Friday evenings,
and then
the following.
we're actually getting the third Friday is actually our wedding day, and Bruni's actually going to be in town, and he's going to help me out with a very special podcast. We're going to be doing that the week of our wedding. We're going to do a podcast on Wednesday night, and my book series, The Omega Chronicles, will be the discussion points.
Do I get to be in that podcast?
You did get to.
Oh yeah, because we.
You read these questions, right?
Ooh, dude.
Let me see if there's any new ones.
Are we gonna? I get
Fair.
to choose. The fans get to choose between dunking guest that you guys don't know and Bruni.
Yes.
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 It's like
is Tom gonna be there?
Aaron suggests Fate Stay Night for a podcast idea.
Seen it, played the game, fantastic, favorite anime. Anyway, sorry.
Flubby Wubby. Now I have to watch.
Wait, which one?
Max, don't worry. I'll watch all of them, and you know.
Do not watch the original.
I'm watching all of them.
It's based off a hentai.
That's not okay.
Literally, that's what it is.
Then no.
No, it's actually, there's no graphic things in the show. Only in the
Okay.
game.
Okay.
But it has to be Limited Blade Works and Fate
Yeah,
Zero. though.
Unblued. That's what I was gonna go for. Unlimited Blade.
Oh,
Works.
yeah.
'Cause it's
But
nice
watch
to
Fate
look.
Zero than Fate Unlimited Blade Works. I'll show you.
Oh, thanks, good.
But
Okay, so if you're talking about Fate Zero, have you seen Fate Zero and Fate Unlimited Blade Works? That's the question. If you have not, go watch it like now. It's one of my all-time favorites, and I've seen.
But what
probably
about
100 now.
Grand Fate Order? Was that
Fate
any
Grand
good?
Order?
I heard that was good.
It's based off the iPhone game, actually,
I heard it was good.
and it's fantastic.
I like the way that Saber looks, by the way. Like, blonde hair and green eyes has never been a thing until, like, I saw
Saber?
that. I'm like, actually, that looks pretty cool. I have to say.
I like that, by the way, Aaron. I love you for. I want to do that, but they haven't seen it.
It's
It's a long show, though.
What show?
Fate Stay Night.
I don't know.
It
Yeah.
is 25 episodes.
It is.
It's 50 episodes now.
Ooh, I
For
can
the
watch
one
that.
that-
I could totally
50
watch that.
episodes?
A free version done by.
It's
Thank
summer
you.
right now.
Thank you.
What?
Thank
We're about
you.
to get
I
more
know,
affordable.
I'm so busy right
They
now.
spend
you guys
more money on
know.
we're talking about like suggestions for them to watch. Like,
Yeah.
there's like
I already know about
Oh,
Fate
okay.
Stay, buddy. Don't worry.
Okay.
That's on my
'Cause
watch list.
for us, it's like what is spare time?
I am.
I've seen it,
yeah.
love it.
Well, like we said, I probably after the wedding, I'm probably not going to be able to be in the podcast.
Or maybe we
for a
should do
long time,
ReZero,
so-
huh?
Unless you guys come up
That's
with a
gonna
good
be a hard one.
time.
I don't
for all
know,
of
We'll
us.
try and figure
That would
it
be
out.
another one where I
I-
feel like
'cause I-
it's good.
Yeah.
So we're talking about.
Yeah. No, it's not hard to talk about. It's hard to get them to watch it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna cut it off there. So
Yeah.
we'll join you again next week for Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Next week.
Thanks so
And
much.
also-
That's what we're doing
Okay,
next.
do you-
And you have the
okay.
full manga selection for that too.
All the entire manga.
All right.
Let's start like suggesting animes to you guys.
Yeah.
Like what's been on our minds and we're like, the fans should watch. We should start doing that. Anyway,
Follow me on Twitter.
and subscribe to Pharratz as well. We'll try to get stuff out.